The skyline of London tells a story of power, ambition, and rivalry that extends far beyond the pitch. Three football giants, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal, have engaged in a decades-long battle not just for supremacy in the Premier League, but for architectural dominance across the capital. Each club's stadium represents more than concrete and steel. It's a statement of intent, a declaration of identity, and, increasingly, a crucial revenue stream in modern football's financial arms race. When Arsenal unveiled the Emirates in 2006, it set a new standard. When Tottenham completed their billion-pound masterpiece in 2019, they raised the bar further. And as Chelsea continues to wrestle with their Stamford Bridge dilemma, the three-way struggle for London's architectural crown reveals everything about each club's vision, challenges, and place in football's hierarchy. This isn't just about who has the prettiest seats or the best beer on tap. This is about legacy, sustainability, and the very future of these historic institutions in a rapidly changing game. Arsenal's Emirates, the pioneer that changed the game. When Arsenal left their beloved Highbury in 2006, it wasn't just a change of address, it was a revolution. The Emirates Stadium, costing approximately £490 million, represented the first modern superstadium in London, and its impact on the club has been profound. The Emirates offered nearly 60,000 seats, almost doubling Highbury's capacity. The financial logic seemed impeccable. More seats meant more ticket revenue, more corporate boxes meant enhanced commercial opportunities, and a state-of-the-art facility would attract bigger sponsors. What no one fully anticipated was how this massive investment would constrain the club on the pitch. The stadium debt coincided with the rise of oil-rich Chelsea and Manchester City, creating a perfect storm that saw Arsenal transition from title challengers to top four contenders. The Emirates era coincided with a 9-year trophy drought that only ended with an FA Cup in 2014. Yet the long-term vision has gradually been vindicated. The Emirates now generates approximately £3 million per home game, among the highest in world football. The stadium pioneered the modern matchday experience in London football. Wider concourses, better sightlines, improved facilities. While it may lack the dramatic architectural flourishes of newer venues, its efficiency and functionality reflect the pragmatic, forward-thinking ethos that has defined much of Arsenal's history. Tottenham's new White Hart Lane, the billion-pound marvel. If Arsenal's Emirates was an evolutionary step in stadium design, Tottenham's new ground represents something closer to a revolution. Opening in 2019 after numerous delays and with a final cost exceeding £1 billion, it stands as perhaps the most technologically advanced football stadium on the planet. The numbers alone are staggering. 62,000 seats, including 17,000 in a single-tier south stand, designed to create a wall of noise. The world's first dividing, retractable pitch concealing an NFL standard surface beneath. A microbrewery producing 10,000 pints per minute, and a Michelin-starred chef's restaurant overlooking the pitch. This isn't just a stadium, it's an entertainment complex designed for the 21st century, capable of hosting Premier League matches, NFL games, concerts, and conferences, sometimes in the same week. The architectural ambition is matched by its commercial vision, to create a venue that generates revenue 365 days a year. The stadium's impact on the surrounding Tottenham area has been transformational. One of London's most deprived neighborhoods has seen over £300 million in regeneration investment tied to the project. New homes, schools, and businesses have emerged around what Chairman Daniel Levy envisioned as a catalyst for urban renewal. On match days, the atmosphere has generally lived up to expectations. The acoustics were meticulously designed to amplify crowd noise, with the proximity of fans to the pitch just 5 meters at its closest point, creating an intimacy despite the venue's vast size. Yet the stadium's luxury comes at a price. Tottenham now carries significant debt from the project, with annual payments estimated around £30 million through to 2042. Match-going fans have absorbed some of these costs through increased ticket prices, now among the highest in the Premier League. Chelsea's Stamford Bridge saga, the complex challenge. While their London rivals have successfully completed their stadium transformations, Chelsea's journey has been marked by false starts, ambitious plans, and painful setbacks. Stamford Bridge, with its current capacity of 40,000, sits at the heart of Chelsea's identity, but also represents their greatest infrastructural challenge. The most recent serious attempt came under former owner Roman Abramovich, who in 2018 received approval for a spectacular £1 billion redevelopment. The Herzog and de Meuron designed project would have created a 46,000-seat cathedral of football with distinctive brick pillars inspired by Westminster Abbey. But the project was shelved indefinitely when Abramovich encountered visa issues amid deteriorating UK-Russia relations, before being completely abandoned following the sale of the club to American businessman Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital in 2022. Chelsea's stadium dilemma is uniquely constrained by geography. Stamford Bridge sits on some of Europe's most expensive real estate, hemmed in by railway lines and residential properties. Any expansion faces severe physical limitations, complex planning regulations, and potentially hostile local opposition. The club faces uncomfortable options. Spend billions on a partial reconstruction that would still leave them with a smaller stadium than their rivals. Relocate to a new site and abandon their historic home, or accept their current capacity disadvantage and focus investments elsewhere. Each option carries significant drawbacks. Reconstruction would mean years of reduced capacity and revenue during building works. Relocation would risk fan backlash and potentially undermine the club's identity. Maintaining the status quo means accepting a long-term commercial disadvantage to rivals with larger venues. The financial reality. The battle for stadium supremacy among London's elite isn't merely about prestige, it's about financial survival in modern football's economic landscape. The differences in matchday revenue are stark and growing. On a typical Premier League matchday, Tottenham generates approximately £5 million, Arsenal around £3 million, and Chelsea approximately £2.3 million. Over a season, this translates to a substantial revenue gap that compounds year after year. Beyond ticket sales, modern stadiums drive revenue through premium experiences. Tottenham Stadium features the ultra-exclusive H Club, where members paying up to £15,000 annually dine at a Michelin-quality restaurant. Arsenal's Diamond Club members pay similar sums for premium experiences. Chelsea's more limited hospitality options, while still lucrative, can't compete at the same scale. More critically, these stadium disparities affect commercial partnerships. When sponsors evaluate partnership opportunities, stadium exposure and hospitality capabilities factor significantly into valuations. The ability to host non-football events creates additional revenue streams inaccessible to clubs with outdated facilities. The financial implications cascade into transfer budgets, wage structures, and ultimately competitive balance. While television and commercial revenues have somewhat leveled the playing field, matchday income remains a critical differentiator between clubs operating at similar competitive tiers. The intangibles. Beyond the financial spreadsheets, each stadium embodies something profound about its club. The Emirates reflects Arsenal's methodical modernism. Clean, efficient, sometimes criticized as too corporate, but undeniably forward-thinking. Tottenham's new White Hart Lane combines cutting-edge technology with atmospheric design elements specifically created to generate passion and noise. Stamford Bridge, despite its limitations, carries a century-plus of history and maintains an intimacy larger venues struggle to replicate. Fans experience these differences viscerally. The towering single-tier South Stand at Tottenham creates a wall of sound that players and opponents feel physically. The Emirates, initially criticized for its library-like atmosphere, has improved its acoustics while maintaining superior sightlines from every seat. Stamford Bridge's compact design means even the furthest seats remain relatively close to the action. Each represents a different philosophy about what football should be in the 21st century. Should the priority be maximizing revenue through premium experiences, creating the most intimidating atmosphere for visiting teams, honoring and maintaining connection to club history? The answers reveal as much about each club's soul as they do about their business models. London's stadium future, what comes next? The battle for London's stadium supremacy isn't ending, it's evolving. Arsenal continues refining the Emirates with targeted improvements rather than wholesale changes. Tottenham focuses on maximizing their billion-pound investment through diversified events and experiences. Chelsea faces the most uncertain future, with new owners still evaluating the best path forward for Stamford Bridge. What's clear is that stadium development has become a crucial front in football's competitive wars. No longer an afterthought or simply a place to play matches, these architectural statements represent each club's ambitions, priorities, and identity. They generate the revenue that fuels on-field success while creating the atmosphere that attracts global fan bases. As construction costs rise and available London land grows scarcer, the decisions made by these three clubs will shape their trajectories for decades to come. The stakes couldn't be higher in this architectural expression of football's oldest rivalries. The London Stadium battle continues, and its outcome may determine which club ultimately reigns supreme in one of football's most competitive cities.